This period where you go into the studio and be creative or start writing, do you talk about this or do you have ideas about this beforehand, or do you let it come to you once you go into that kind of creative mode?
I think guitar players, they need to get some stuff out of the system first, and then the good stuff comes. I mean, I don't write the guitars. I'm a part of the arrangement and do vocal melodies and vocals. Sort of like the overall result in a way. I follow like the recording of the drums, recording of the guitar, bass, and such, and all the way up to the mix. But it's with the guitar players. It starts. And in the past, it's been like we've done guitars and music on one side, and we do the vocals on one side, and then we sort of meet up in the mix. But with this new one, with Battles, me and Björn, we said we had to be more open-minded, and because we use our producer Howard Benson that we work with, he wanted demos, so he's like, you guys, you have to do demos of all the songs, and we were like, oh, okay. And therefore, me and Björn, we had to be more open. And then we knew that as soon as the demos were done, both of us were like happy. Okay. And then it became more relaxed because we all knew what was going to happen through the recording. There were no surprises at the end. You know? So in that sense, then, was this an easier process than maybe some of the albums you did before? I think so. I mean, it's always it takes time and you work hard, but it's just because we had this attitude. I mean, we never worked with the outside producer in that way. We had amazing team around us, and no shadow on those guys at all, because it's been great. But now we wanted to work with someone. We asked our management to set up a phone meeting with people that we admire and that we know from our own collection done great albums. So we had I think talked to 7 or 8 producers, and Howard Benson, he was the one that said the right things to us. He didn't want to change us. He wanted to make us better, like at what we do. So we had to let go. We had to let go of the control a lot, like, you know, to let him into showing him demos. He gave us pointers. Think about this. Think about that. And you know, it's this riff here. It's already good after 15 seconds. You don't have to do it for a minute. Okay. It's enough for it. He wanted me to explain the lyrics in advance for him. Okay. That's something I never done before, and I didn't really have to explain it to anyone. I could do whatever, and now he was like, what do you want to say? And then I had to go, I guess, deeper than normal to try to explain to him so he understood, and hopefully then other people will too.
Was this difficult for you? But because did you now then maybe have to, before even working on a track, did you have certain things that you wanted to talk about in the lyrics, or certain
I didn't have. I wrote all the lyrics when we were doing those demos in America. Okay. So I mean, I write stuff here and there. I probably have tons of shit in my phone that never go anywhere. But it's sort of like the same as the guitar players. I need to get something out of my system before I can do something for real. But no, I don't. No, it wasn't more difficult, or actually, I think everything became easier. But it's because I just let go of the control a little bit, you know. It's like it was a more joyful experience in that way. But when I write the lyrics, I need to be myself. I need to close the outside world and shut that door a little bit and just go deep within, because it's what I write about. It's probably not something that happened like yesterday, or it's just might be many years in the past, you know.
But like you say, albums are often snapshots, and then I believe this is also true for lyrics, that oftentimes they are certain thoughts or elements from a specific period. So for you, what kind of mindset were you in then when you wrote the lyrics for this album?
That's the thing. I was really happy. I was in a good place, you know. Like last time with Siren Charms, I thought I had to. I mean, I was watching documentaries about people in poor situations, and I was just didn't sleep as much. I was, trying to get depressed in a way.
Okay.
And I thought that would bring some creative outlet, and it probably did for that album, but I didn't want to go through that again because I felt so empty after that album was done. And with this one, it was just, me and Björn, like the first 2 weeks, we were drinking beer, barbecuing, and played heavy metal for 24 hours a day. I wasn't in a sad state, so therefore, but I think it's pretty easy to reconnect with that, like those thoughts, because I am a thinker I do think a lot, and both doubting myself and the world and where I've been, where I'm going and stuff. So it's easy to me to reconnect with that side, even though I'm a pretty happy, easygoing dude.
Well, it's very interesting that you say that doubt, because when I listened to the record, there were, at least to me, I felt certain elements of doubt. I'm not sure where you were going, and then can I assume then that they're based on real thoughts and real feelings that you've...
They are. I mean, all of them are. I mean, the album is called Battles, and it's about the battles that we have within from early age up until the day we die. We all have them in different levels, and I think it's important that we deal with the past so that we are open for the future, or in situations that if we just shut our eyes and just think, we'll miss opportunities that comes along that might lead you into like a better place, or whatever you want to call it. It's about, and I think everybody can relate to something like that. I'm not trying to write like super deep shit,
right?
I don't think anyone will go, oh, I never heard this before. This is so original. But it's just things that are close to my heart and things I've dealt with, and I think that people can relate to it. Fans that likes to listen to music and read the lyrics, they can probably connect. And it's cool if we can connect, even though we don't know each other. We can meet somewhere up there.
I wrote a couple lines down. We can go as deep into it as you like. But,
sure.
Well, for instance, I think this is from the end. We can't undo what we have done. It kind of feels like regret. Are they regret over specific things? Do you think of specific things in that moment, or are they just general feelings?
Yeah, I do. But I always write my lyrics so that it's very open for interpretation. Like people can put whatever they want there, but we can't. That's just a fact. We can't undo what we have done. But I think it's important that we can forgive and let go as well, both ourselves and others.
Sure.
Otherwise, it can weigh you down.
Is this something you had to learn over the years, to let go and?
Yeah, I guess. I'm 40, so in my 40s, so of course I've learned. I hope I learned some stuff. Sure. It's a short answer. Yeah, sure.
Fair enough. But then, and playing music and then singing about these things, and does it have that cathartic effect? Then does it help, so to say?
Definitely. I think putting stuff on paper gives you perspective. I heard these things where you are if you're really angry with someone or something that happened in the past, you should write a letter and bury it and move on. I think that is important,
Okay.
And people that, it sounds so harsh, but people that got mistreated really bad, it's even for them, how much you hate that person that did you wrong, maybe it's important. I'm not talking about me in this sense, but
sure.
But like maybe it's important that you're able to forgive, so you can heal. You know what I mean?
But one thing about writing songs then is that you have to perform them and they come back. So do you revisit those emotions, or can you let it go at a certain point?
Well, I can. I mean, obviously live it's like fast, but if I listen back to my music and especially if, I mean, now you listen to the new album, you listen to it like a million times.
Yes,
I listen to the I listen to the mix, you know, that many times and just hearing like nuances of like frequencies. So this instrument is supposed to go here, and this bass drum here, guitar here, bass here, keyboards, vocals, everything has to marry. I listen to that again and again and again. So then you don't really, that's more of a blur in a way. But sometimes when you go back and read the lyrics that you wrote many years ago, you're like, holy shit, is that how I felt? Or is that, you sort of get that feeling in it of who you were, what I was talking about before, like the glimpse, photograph who you were. And sometimes I'm amazed that I was like, holy shit, did I write that? You know, like.
Can you give me one example of a song that?
Not really, no. I mean, it's just whatever.
Sure.
Whatever. I can't think of one right now. But yeah, and also even, I mean, sort of true with the new album too, because I don't have titles for the songs when I write them. I just write the lyrics, and then I don't have a title for the album immediately either. So then I go back when I'm done, like to collect everything, see. Okay, we have a whole album, you know, what should we call it? Because I don't want it to be called In Flames, I think. Not yet, at least. It might be in the future. But it's then I see what I've been writing, and I can sometimes connect with what I thought.
Well, you say you've already had that with Battles a little bit. So what did you notice about what you were writing, and what did you? Was there maybe a song that gave you a specific feeling, or because Battles is the title track?
Yeah, well, the most. I think they're all important because they all deal with the battles. Like every single song is like a glimpse into that world. But Here Until Forever, it's written for my son. He's 8 years old, and I have this piece here, which is Come Clarity, which I wrote for my daughter when she was 2, and he's seen that. He asked all the time, like, "Daddy, where's my song?" You know, and I don't think I've been ready to write something that will make him justice, or you know. But now, I was ready, and so that one is obviously the most personal one, because it's very directed towards one person for me. But I think the lyric is open for interpretation. It could be for anyone. I mean, someone that you love, or someone that you missed, or someone that you have a special bond with.
Can I assume your son has heard the song?
He heard it.
What did he think?
I think he cried the first time, like, because he was so proud. This is about me, and it's an important track because when we are away many months a year, and we have a little thing, me and him, for like how we connect. Like, if he feels sad and he want to contact me, then we have a certain thing that I taught him to. So he feels safe, you know. But I think I think he's super proud of that song, and then he can tell his friends, like, "This is my song," and stuff like that.
And well, part of we talked about the dub, but part of what I got from the lyrics is kind of what you mentioned now. With maybe legacy isn't the right word, but thinking about what you leave behind, and that song is a good example for that. But are you now thinking more about what the legacy of the band will be, or is that?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I have to think about it now when you ask me. But I mean, in all honesty, it won't be. I don't think it would be one single song. I don't think it would be one album, even though there are albums that are maybe more important to me, because I mean, Just the Race is one, because that's the first one for me. So that has a huge importance to me, of course. But it's more like, I think we've been going so long, but I think, I'm really proud of that we had put our mark on the heavy metal map. You know, like people know it's In Flames. It's whether you like the albums or you don't, but you listen to heavy metal, I think you can say when you hear an In Flames song, that's In Flames. Then after that comes, I love it or I hate it, but it's like you hear it's In Flames. And we were a bunch of guys growing up in this little city in Sweden, creating music that we liked, and all of a sudden it became this thing that moved all over the planet. And like 25 years later, I'm still here working with and having the same sort of attitude. And so it's I guess that's like, so like it's cool. We were a part of something.
Sure.
Us and many other bands.
Fair enough. I think my time's up, so thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yes, thank you.